Alright, hey guys. How you doing? How's it going? Hey. Hey, how's it going? How you doing over there? Hope you're doing pretty good. I'm very tired. I imagine some of you are as well. It's New Year's Day. We all just stayed up at least until midnight. I know you did. I saw you do it. Some of you, I actually did see you do it. Let's see who's here. Hi Helen, hi Elizabeth, hi Kristen, hi Zero, hi Maphonix, hi Ibity, hi Wraith, hi Carla, hi Red Star, hi Karen, hey Jen West. Man, okay. Do I sound like an alien? Hold on a second. Let me see what this audio sounds like. I have my little voice box over here. Let's get a little audio sample real quick. Hey Jen West. Man, okay. Do I sound like an alien? Alright, that should hopefully fix the alien problem right now. I had a couple modifiers on my voice. I can put some pretty crazy stuff upon my voice right now. I just haven't been doing so because there's no real way for me to monitor it. So I'm gonna turn those things off. Okay. Hey Candace. No, very little rest, Candace. Hey Marcy, good to see you. I just got a package from you and Mark. I'm going to be opening that tonight. That's going to be the package we open tonight. Hey Marie, Mika got a new package, because I got a new package. Guess what? It's here. Hey Risa. Hey Chalice. It did just start. You're coming in at just the beginning. We're troubleshooting it. Ooh, Kristen. Kristen's gonna go get a bottle. Okay. I don't know if that's some sort of innuendo or something, but... post offices were closed today, but I got a delivery yesterday while I was in Escondido. So, I'm opening the package I received yesterday. I'm sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. I just had an all-day event. I guess I'll tell that story now. So what happened yesterday was... I got up at about 5:30 a.m. and I started getting ready. I loaded all my costume stuff in the car. Bennett came by and we left at 6 a.m. to go down to Escondido from Los Angeles. And we took about 2 hours to get down there. We got there safely. No real problems or hang-ups getting there. And Nerdy New Year started around 10 a.m. And man, we just went all the way through the day, and it was busy. It was busy the whole time. I just was there. I got to play 0 Smash Brothers. I got to play 0 board games. I was up on the stage between every single... I mean, not every single thing, but like while I was there, I was introducing a lot of panels, introducing a lot of acts, and just generally drawing a lot of raffle tickets, doing a lot of things all day yesterday. So from 9 a.m. until probably right up until midnight, I was kind of doing that. I wore 3 different costumes. And then right as midnight hit, I was like, okay, I gotta take a little break. I had a hotel room, or a motel room. I went and grabbed a few hours of sleep, like more like an hour and a half, and took a shower. And then I went right back for about 3:30 in the morning until about 5 in the morning. And did a few more hours of panels. Didn't do panels, but I introduced some panels. Did a few more karaoke songs, and the event was great. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, if I have the option to do that every year for New Year's, I think that's my preferred choice. I'd kind of like to be an attendee, honestly, because I would have loved to have played some of the games that were available. Nerdy New Year was set up in such a way that you could just win things. You could just win at things by playing games, and they'd give you a prize. So you got a pretty good deal every time. It is regrettable that that I didn't get to have much leisure time, but I'm glad I got to play as big of a part in it as as I did. Okay. Oh, that's right. The bottle for the baby cats. That's right. You heard that Mika killed on the stage. I thought you said you heard that Mika was killed on the stage. No. So there must have been somebody that took a video of Mika doing Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, we karaoke with Loki went over fairly well. There was 2 sessions. The first one was around 1 in the afternoon, and we got it going. And it ran a few minutes late. We had a couple of troubleshooting things to do with the microphones, but not nearly anything as bad as last time. And then we had another session starting around like 10 at night, and man, the energy was way higher. We kind of kicked out all the minors after 9 p.m. Anyone who wasn't over the age of 18 was basically taken out of the building. So it became a much more rambunctious adult venue after that, and karaoke became much more interesting, much more unhindered by I don't know. It just wasn't any kids around, so it was nicer. And a few of our friends came up and did a song. Bennett did a song. Raynix Cosplay did a song. And of course Mika did a song. She chose Bohemian Rhapsody, which, if you'll recall, was actually done at the other NerdCon event earlier this year, and that's always a hit at karaoke. It's a pretty classic karaoke staple, Bohemian Rhapsody. So Mika got up, the whole crowd got involved. I was up there kind of doing the supporting dancer, interpretive dancer, pantomime guy thing, and it was a lot of fun. I hope there's a video of every single act that went up that night, because we had a lot of good, talented vocalists. There's actually a little clip of the guy who did the last song of that 10 o'clock session. His name was Zach, I think, and he did Footloose, and people were loving it. And it's funny because his voice is actually pretty similar to mine. When I first heard it, I was like, I didn't sing Footloose. And I was like, oh, that's Zach. So he had me fooled for a second. Okay, very grandmother taught me, unhindered by childly concerns. Indeed it was. So honestly, last night was kind of lightning in a bottle. That karaoke started, and people just got nuts. Like, people were really enthusiastic. They were really supportive. No matter what the song choice was, no matter what the accuracy of the singer's kind of skill level was, people were super pumped to hear everybody get up and do their thing. And there was a lot of love in the room, and there was a lot of energy. People were dancing, people were singing along, people were playing video games. They were doing their own thing. So everybody was pretty happy. Hey, Jade. Hey, Kismet. Hi, Kismet. I thought it was Kristen at first, and I was like, no, it's not Kristen. So yeah, it went over really well, and it looks like Karaoke with Loki is going to be a go for NerdCon 2016, which is already booking vendors and stuff. So, you know, if you guys want to make it out to NerdCon 2016, please do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably another one-day event, and I'm hoping to be the host with the most. So, God, I want to give you so many, like, it's so hard to, like, start giving details of 18 hours of work. Like, my co-host was Vert Vixen. She was super, like, she's always super friendly, and it was a pleasure to work with her. She's a real, super professional, just like, she covered for me whenever I wasn't available, and whenever she wasn't going to be available, she was keeping on me about, like, oh, make sure, we got coverage for this. And she had a couple of panels, and we sort of, like, tag teamed some panels and talked about cosplay, talked about the different aspects of cosplay, whether it be crafting or marketing yourself, or just generally the emotions that come with it and stuff. So we had some good discussions on stage yesterday. Who else did I get to see yesterday? Of course, Kat was there. Kat had brought her friend Morgan, who was a pleasure to meet as well. Ooh, almost knocked my camera over. Man, I'm sorry this is so dry tonight. Oh, Elizabeth, glad you were there last night. Are you the one who had the there was a dude who was like, "Oh, I'm with Elizabeth." And when he said that, I thought he meant Elizabeth Rage, the cosplayer. And I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen Elizabeth Rage around." Was it? I'm guessing it was you though. So I'm glad I got to see you if I got to see you, and I'm sorry if I missed you otherwise. NerdCon 2016 will be located in Escondido, California, which is slightly little northeast of San Diego, and it will be in August at some point. I don't know the exact dates, but it's probably late August. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot one. I'm glad you had a good time, and I hope that if you get a chance to talk about last night, on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, just hashtag NerdCon and make sure they know you had a great time, because they did a great job in creating an event that wasn't typical. It wasn't anything like I've ever seen before. It wasn't a con that just happened to have a game room at it. It wasn't a nightclub after party. It was a mix of a little bit of both. You stole Oh, that was you. Okay, that was you. All right. Well, it was a pleasure seeing you then, Elizabeth. I remember we actually... I'm going to let you in on a secret. You weren't supposed to go in that slot. You got the last song of the evening. I think I just actually put a post up that said Zach got the last song of the evening, but it was you, Elizabeth, and you did hit me with your best shot. You weren't actually next on the list. We bumped somebody off the list because their song wasn't as upbeat as yours, and I didn't want to end on a slow note. So I did a bad karaoke guy thing, bad karaoke host thing, but I refused to end karaoke on a more somber song. I wanted it on an upbeat thing, and that was what your song choice was. So you made a good choice, and thank you for not choosing show tunes. I absolutely hate show tunes, even though somebody did make me sing along with Grease, You're the One That I Want, unfortunately, last night. Yeah, you never end on a slow song. Never pick a slow song, honestly. I mean, if you're gonna make it fun somehow, certainly go ahead and choose My Way, or, God, half these, like, I don't know, just really soulful songs. Like, some of them are nice and you can sing along to them, but if you're gonna pick a slow, especially like a slow country song, just go home. Go home and sing it to yourself. You don't want to get a crowd involved. Hey, Amada. I told you to keep it on 4 wheels, Amada. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Landed. So, let's open a package. We got a package here from, everything that takes part in a musical, every song from a musical is a show tune. Yes. I absolutely cannot stand when people do show tunes at karaoke. And if I start getting creative, like more creative control at this stuff, I will start turning down show tunes at karaoke because, oh God, it makes me mad. It's like playing 3 minutes of a movie and you don't get the entire, like, you just get a part of the plot of a movie. And it's just like, here's something without context put into song. Please enjoy. I listen to this all the time because I'm a theater person and you don't. So, goodbye forever. Yeah, don't do sad. Don't let them do sad, sappy songs. If they do a sad, sappy song, make sure you follow it up with something by the Scorpions or AC/DC or something, because they need to get their ass blown through their ear holes. Hey, Miss Mojo Rising. It doesn't matter if you show up late. Nobody's mad at you. Oh boy, here we go on Sherlock. All right, let's open a package. We got a package here from Mark Meeker, also known as Red Skull Alliance Cosplay, also known as Marcy Meeker, also known as Perfect Cosplay. This came not to the P.O. Box, the P.O. Box which is brought to you by Companion Cosplay. Please go like and share and talk about all of those pages. You know, actually, someone signed up for Let It Go, and they were, like, trying to, like, trick me. Essentially, they wanted me to do a duet of Let It Go with them. And I was like, I don't give a shit, man. I'll sing that song with you. And then the guy never showed up when I called his name. So, there you go. Like, you talk a big game, and then you never freaking show your face. He actually ended up showing up later in the night, and he wanted to sing some country song. He did a good job. It's just like, if you want to be funny, follow through. Make it happen. Brooklyn Rage. Yeah, Wraith, I would say that if you're gonna do a karaoke song, try and lean towards the mainstream. If you're doing like kind of a B-side or some punk rock song that was covered and then recovered and then lost for several years or something, like, go with something you'd hear on the radio and try to appeal to the crowd, because last night was a special case where everybody was kind of stuck in the room, whether there wasn't a lot of other places to go. So if someone started doing a song that wasn't extremely well known, people just stayed and they were supportive about it. But if you're at a bar with strangers who aren't there for an event and who didn't pay like a cover price, they'll walk out on you. Everyone will go take a smoke break while you're singing your obscure song, and it's like, it's funny because, like, I'm gonna, like, play a trick on them, and if they don't know the song, they're not like as hip musically as me, and then you figure out that they are hip and they just don't like you anymore. No Country at 4 a.m. And again, okay. karaoke. Green Day. Yeah. Green Day, I support. Show tunes, don't do it. Yeah. You can't walk in there and try to do a Neil Young B-side, which is probably what my dad would try to pull out. My dad loves the most obscure, like, 70s, like, protest rock lately. And every time I come home, he's like, oh, we're going to do a jam session. You know a song by, like, Jack Welcher? It's called, Ain't No Blood on My Hands. And it's like, what do you even, why would I know that song? That song was made on, like, an independent record label in 1965, and you dug it up somehow, and now you want me to figure out the lyrics to it in under 30 seconds. It's impossible. Okay. So here's a note from Marcy. I'm not going to read it because it'll say what it is. There's a fair amount of tape around it right now. That may be problematic because tape and bubble wrap don't make for easy opening. Okay. All right. So, where are you? What are you doing? There you go. Okay. So this is a baseball holder. As you can see right here, it's a square baseball holder. Now you're probably thinking, why would Marcy send you a baseball holder? That doesn't make any sense. Well, the reason why Marcy would do that is because it's not a baseball holder. It is, in fact, a new Tesseract. Check that bad boy out. So now I got a new prop to use that doesn't have a big button on the side of it. Let's see if this thing works for me. Let's see how it works. Whoa. Red Tesseract. Check that out. Let me hold it a little further from camera. Actually, if I hold it behind this thing. There you go. You can see the color a little better there. Blue Tesseract. Green Tesseract. Can't really get all the color. The color's actually looking better. We got a purple Tesseract. That one's not showing. Wow, that's a lot darker. We got... Oh, look at that. Multicolored Tesseract. Pretty cool, right? I will be keeping it blue for the most part. Either this blue or this blue. Probably that blue. Maybe even this blue. No, that's more purple. That's greenish. That's a nice blue right there. So, that's the new Tesseract that Marcy was kind enough to send to me. It's super dope, and I gotta make sure I turn it off when I'm not using it. So that's gonna be going in my prop case and replacing my old one. And it'll be nice to be able to. It'll nice to be able to. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Amada doesn't like jam sessions. Well, if you took part in my dad's jam sessions, you'd be even more angry because they are infuriating. They don't like getting things right. They just like playing the hook over and over again, and they want you as whatever person you are, guitarist, drummer. Well, my dad's the drummer all the time, so they just want you to wing it. Just wing it. Alice's Restaurant, they were talking about that one last time I was home. Stick to The Pretty Reckless or Hailstorm. Candace, I don't know what you're talking about. Shakira. Alright, Shakira's a crowd pleaser. Neil Young, not awesome. Neil Young is awful. I hate... Down by the River spoiled Neil Young for me. Like, if you're gonna do Keep on Rockin' in a Free World, that's fine. But, like... God... another pet peeve of my dad's, he wanted to do Down by the River one time, which is like 8.5 minutes long, and it's just, ugh. Southern Man is okay, but God, Neil Young has some boring ass songs. Korn can work if you've got the right crowd. Pete Seeger, I will not be recommending Pete Seeger to my dad. I'm sorry. The Doors, we've done some of the Doors stuff. Wraith, you seem to be afraid of doing things sometimes, and that's not right. Okay, Alice's Restaurant. So this Tesseract here was actually, I believe it was made by Cosplay Props on Etsy. Unfortunately, I don't think he's making any. I think they somehow got this out of him, but this was like this might be the last of its kind. I don't know. You can try and get in contact with him, but there's a small chance that you're not going to be able to get anything out of him if you find him. But he made a good Tesseract before, and I loved it. And then I don't know, like apparently he just doesn't. Yeah, all right. So I found where it opens. I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, I'm just going to break it if I open it. So check him out. He's actually credited in one of my credits posts. Tesseract, so bright, my eyes, it's mesmerizing. You can make your own infinity gauntlet. Got it. Oh man, if you want a hammer like Steven's, you better have a very generous benefactor. Wraith-chan, don't worry about who Neil Young is. You don't even worry. You'd recognize him if you heard him. He sounds like this when he sings. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young. Oh, really? Risa? Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young is I mean, I'd rather just refer to him as Neil Young. Avenged Sevenfold, not a good idea. Like, that's what Steven always wants to do when he's talking about karaoke, but I don't think Avenged Sevenfold is a great idea. They'll only ever have Bat Country anyways, if they have any at all. Happy New Year, Chakra. Yeah. So if you're hoping to get a Tesseract like this one, you may have to put up more than a reasonable price for them, but chances are you probably won't be able to get one at all. Marcy's telling me they're not super common anymore. So thank you, Marcy and Mark, for that. You'll be seeing this appearing at the next con I am attending. I'll probably bring it to Coslyceum, actually. So the great thing is, even after doing that 24-hour event yesterday, I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight, get up in the morning, and then tomorrow afternoon I'm heading down to Corona, which is like another 45-minute drive, and I'm going to be doing Club Cosplay New Year's Aftermath. You can see how tired I am because when I try to think of anything, I'm closing my eyes to remember. Actually, yeah, if you can hear that, that is my cat snoring. That literally is her snoring in the background. Let's see. Nightmare. Oh, man. I don't know why people would sing Avenged Sevenfold at karaoke. That sounds like such a mess. Ooh, Kat is currently, up in Sacramento, correct? With a couple of our other friends. So, she may be checking this out on her laptop? Possibly? Maybe her phone? If she's actually watching and chatting on her phone, I'll be surprised. It seems like no one can actually do that. What else can I talk about? I also... I'm not even going to get into that right now. Yeah, I'm having a total brain fart today. Right after I got home, Bennett and I sat down and we watched pretty much the last half of season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that show is great. That show is great, and it's great. So, please go watch Avatar: Last Airbender because it's an amazing show. I've been watching it for months, and it has great characters. The art is beautiful. The writing is charismatic. Everything about it is just fun and entertaining and silly and kind of awesome in a sort of dangerous way, but still suitable for kids. So I absolutely love that show. Aang, it's funny, Young Sizzle. Aang is actually my least favorite character. Like, I still like him, but he's just so hard to follow because sometimes he's really scared and sometimes he's really like ambitious and sometimes he's just kind of like stupid and sometimes he's really smart. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't be talking to Young Sizzle. I'm gonna let that slide and see how you behave yourself from here on out. I'm just gonna delete that first though. Oh, wait, hold on. Remove. Beautiful. I would not use my phone to watch streams, just take pictures of my cat. Yeah, that's what phones are for now. It's taking pictures of cats. Legend of Korra is good. I actually have Legend of Korra on the wish list right now. I'm hoping to move on to that, but unfortunately, no vendors on Amazon carry the entire the entire season, or the entire, 4 discs, I guess it is, of Legend of Korra. So I just kind of have this thing on the wish list that isn't actually available. So if anyone is kind of dead set on clearing out the wish list, you're going to have to go off book to get Legend of Korra to happen. Okay. Brandy says hi. Hi, Brandy. Good to know that you're watching. Oh, The Last Airbender live action movie. Actually, that when I started working for the post-production company I was working for, that was what they were finishing. They did the 3D for it, which was notoriously one of the worst converted movies to ever be made because it was made on an incredibly short timeline as far as 3D is concerned. So they made the movie, they finished all the special effects, and then they passed it off to the company I worked for, Stereo D. And essentially they only gave them about a month to take an hour and a half of footage and turn it into 3D. So when you watch the movie, it seems like it's pretty much just a flat image with like a couple of flat things popped off the screen or into the screen a little bit. And it is awful in every aspect. I mean, that movie's just panned by everyone. Red Star SAC Anime Fan Fest or something is this weekend. Let's see. The only thing I talked about the live action movie was Jackson Rathbone. I don't know what Jackson Rathbone is. Oh, so Jennifer West is at SAC Anime as well, I guess. Yeah, Chalice liked Zuko, but nobody else. Zuko is the ultimate fuck-up. He just can't get anything right. So, I mean, it's understandable to relate to that. The whole room just broke out in laughter when you told Brandy hi. Why? You don't watch Banshee? Do not watch Banshee. Dragon Ball was also terrible. Yeah, I've heard bad things about the Dragon Ball live-action movie as well. I've never actually watched it. I would, though. If somebody put it in front of me, I would totally check that out, as well as the new Fantastic Four movie. I mean, I just want to watch it because, I like Dragon Ball as a kid, and I like Fantastic Four. as a comic. So why not watch the movie and then at least be able to have some specific input about like why it's bad. I mean, that's what I'm doing with Agents of Shield right now. People are like, why are you torturing yourself with like this terrible show? And the reason is because I want to be able to have an actual conversation when people come to me and say like, oh, you know, Agents of Shield, it's really an important part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever. And I want to be like, no, it's not. It's absolutely not an important part of anything. It's an important part of terrible television history. They've taken a show that should have never lived and gotten 3 seasons out of it. So good for the people who are making money off of it. Bad for literally everyone else. Helen, I will check the P.O. box at some point on maybe tomorrow. I don't know if the post office is open tomorrow, but I'll check it tomorrow before I leave for Club Cosplay New Year's Aftermath. I just written it before I read your message. Helen, I'm having trouble responding to you on Facebook, by the way. So I can't. Whenever you send me a message on the Facebook fan page, I can't. I actually can't respond. So that's the reason why I haven't been getting back to you. New Fantastic Four got a lower rating than 2. Go away, Siri. Siri likes to magically appear sometimes, as if I said hi to her. I had people ask how I could like Marvel movies but not watch Agents of Shield. Well, if anyone ever asks you that again, just tell them that you like eating but you hate having shit in your mouth. So that's a pretty apt analogy, I think. Jennifer, I'm in the fashion show. Okay, good. Oh, the last Dragon Ball animated movie. I haven't seen any of the latest Dragon Ball animated movies, though. I've heard mixed things about them. I heard the animation's really bad on a couple of them. Poke them in the eye with a French fry. Phonics? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Oh, here's a little funny story about on the way to NerdCon yesterday morning. We stopped at Walgreens to get, you know, it's just for those of you not in the United States, Walgreens is a drugstore, a pharmacy / convenience store with candy bars and drinks and stuff. So we stopped there to get a couple whatever odds and ends. And it's 5:45 in the morning, or 6 in the morning. No one's around. The streets are empty. There's we come in. There's a dude standing there with his dog. He's holding his dog on a leash, waiting to get checked out at the register. And the lady is sitting there, like, examining a dollar bill, like, holding it up to the light. And we go through the store. I grabbed like a bottle of orange juice or something, and I come back around, and I'm like waiting behind this dude, and he's still sitting there with his dog. And the lady's looking at this dollar bill, and he goes, I mean, I promise you it's not fake. And what the lady was doing was she was examining a $5 bill to see if it was counterfeit. And he goes, I don't know how to prove to you that this money's real. And she's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel real. And he's like, how about this guy? He think it feels real? And she's like, she hands me this $5 bill. I hold it, and I'm like rubbing it between my fingers. I'm like, it feels old. I mean, it's kind of softer than, you know, a brand new dollar bill or whatever. And she's like, well, I've seen people come in here, and I'm like, I've never heard of anyone counterfeiting a 5. Like, there's certainly people out there maybe trying to print out hundreds or 50s or whatever and, you know, spread them around a little bit. But the dude who's trying to come through and buy, he was buying a box of jujubes, like, and like a Snickers bar. It wasn't like he was coming through and trying to buy like lottery tickets or an iPod or any high value item that can be resold. He was buying like candy. Like cheap shit candy. And this lady's like, I've been here for 10 years. I've seen it all. You think no one, I know they counterfeit them. I know they do it. And I'm like, all right, well, don't sell the dude the stuff, but I kind of want to get my orange juice and get out of here. So I thought that was really funny, like the suspicion of the the Walgreens clerk who thinks that the mom and pop operation that is the massive conglomerate of Walgreens can't take a $5 hit from a low level counterfeiter who's trying to buy himself some jujubes. People are unbelievable. Yeah, mediums and films, of course. Marvel shows are going to be different than the movies. Yeah, okay. Watch movies and TV shows because they're maybe 2.5 hours of life you could waste. Yeah, I don't mind watching a movie every once in a while, but I got to be in the right mood. $5 don't. I'm willing to bet those strips that they put in like the 20s and 50s and stuff are probably worth about 30 cents as far as like, I don't know, assembly or whatever. So putting it in a $5 bill, you're like losing half your value by assembling it and printing it and stuff. Oh, God. They make me counterfeit 100 with real 10. They make counterfeit 100s with real 10s. How the hell would that work? It's a totally different bill. I don't know. You know what? Let's not even get into it. How to counterfeit money. That's not a constructive thing to talk about on a webcast. TV shows have the advantage of developing more characters with an extended amount of time, but it doesn't always pay off. Yeah, TV shows also have the opportunity to just continue with a shitty plot line that should have gone somewhere in the first episode, but they chose to take 32 of them to get anywhere. Well, Carla, if $1 bills are the most counterfeit thing in the world, then I don't know. I don't know how many $1 bills are floating around that are counterfeit. I feel like you guys are just pulling statistics out of nowhere. We got ones being the most popular counterfeit. We got 20s being the most popular counterfeit. This is the problem, is that people are just like, yeah, they'll counterfeit anything. I've been around. I lived in LA for 10 years. I've seen it all. They most counterfeit thing I've ever seen is the quarter. People make them out of bottle caps and melt them down. I saw it. What you got to look for is the sides. Make sure it's got like a red sheen to it, because if it's a little greenish, you know it's a counterfeit made out of them bottle caps. They find them in the recycling bin, turn them into quarters, and then pay for their laundry with them. Hey Tam, I think I said hi to you already. Yeah, I'm not buying the guy his candy. So that would be very generous of you, Elizabeth, but I'm not in the habit of buying dudes crappy candy when he was just some dude. I'm not, you know, I'm not a candy charity. So hold up all the 100s to the light, make sure the watermark checks. Yeah, but I don't think that means they were made out of 10s. That's crazy. If a drawer comes up $1 short, it has to be reported to corporate. That's because people who get paid, less than $10 an hour to do their job, are so easily replaceable that if you lose the company $1, they will fire you and not care if it puts you into like actual poverty. Like that's what the corporate motto is. It's just like destroy anything that could lose me $1 while I make 80 times what any one of my employees does. There was a bout here in Wiggins where I was in high school, some printed counterfeit, and I was given lunch ladies at school where they couldn't spend more than $10 at a time. So this was children printing money and then handing it to lunch ladies. That just seems like high school, like a single high school incident. Hey, Selena. Never had a counterfeit bill situation we know of. Just saw it on Reuters. I don't want to talk about it. You know what? It was supposed to be a funny story about counterfeiting. Now I'm getting a bunch of counterfeiting trivia, and it's all contradictory. Man. They make it out to be tens because... Hey, Mika. Glad you're here. Wait. It seems like everyone's saying hi to Mika. Hi, Mika. You did a great job at karaoke last night. Parents gave the children the money. Alright. Maphonics, yes, you're correct. All of your counterfeit knowledge is correct. I don't care anymore. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Everybody's an expert. It doesn't matter. I just don't want to be hassled every time I hand somebody cash because somebody thinks they're going to be a renegade counterfeiting officer who needs to check out every single friggin' thing that comes through their hand. It's okay, Chakra. No one minds that you misspelled a hard to spell word. Hey, Jazzy. I didn't realize you were here. Jazzy's been #1 Snapchat person. People have been... I hate Snapchat. I'm gonna delete it soon, I think. Where, like, the only things I get are, like, generic, like, Happy New Year, or... It's just like a picture. It's like a picture of a cat. It's like a picture of somebody's cat laying down. And while that's cute, I don't need to be notified of that. Like, I don't care. I don't need to be asked what I'm doing 3 times a day. And Jazzy will actually come up and say, like, something funny with her dog in, like, a little video and be like, here's my dog. Look at him. He pooped on my shirt during your broadcast. And I'll be like, all right, I think that's worth mentioning. So, that's actually something that we had a little back and forth the other night about radio voices, and Mika got to experience, not Mika, Jazzy got to experience some exclusive content of me doing some little radio spots that I might repeat. I might remake them and actually put them on Instagram. What movie do I want to see most this year? I think Deadpool's front runner right now. Also, Doctor Strange, I think that comes out. And, of course, the new Captain America is going to be cool, hopefully. So, those are my front runners as it is right now. You're working on memorizing a 26-line monologue. That sounds awful. He never pooped on my shirt. But, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jazzy. You just give me little updates on your dog, and your dog just constantly looks terrified of everything. So, that's all I'm trying to say. Star Trek, yeah. I look forward to Star Trek. That looks like a good one. I'll go see that. My cat fell in the toilet once. Miss Mojo having trouble on the iPad. See, that's what I'm talking about. People have all sorts of complaints about the chat function on YouTube, and I'm always surprised when anyone doesn't need a full computer to use the chat function on YouTube. It just impresses me. Teachers, spam alert. Yeah, I saw it. It's fine. Oh yeah, Hateful Eight. I actually want to see that one too. I just gotta figure out where to go and watch it for cheap. I want to go to like a $6 showing of the Hateful Eight because, from what I understand, it's very slow. Oh yeah. So when I was doing the karaoke announcements, I was kind of adding a little bit of punchy dialogue before each performer, and I told everyone that I met Mika at ZapCon and that she stole my wallet. which I think could have happened, you know? And then she went up and did a song, and I was like, I think you can see what I'm talking about now. She straight up stole my wallet. That's not cool. Oh, is that what that is? This comes apart like this? Oh, I see what's going on here. He put some Christmas tinsel in there. And then, check this out. You can look inside it. There's some LEDs in there. And then it slides right back down. Now it's back together. Furtopia. What is Furtopia? So no one is excited about any of the DC movies. I'm excited about Superman, Batman. I'm excited about Suicide Squad. I just don't want to start talking about how I'm excited about it. I don't really want to talk about it before it comes out at all because, I don't know, people get so polarized about it. It's like, you think Suicide Squad's gonna be good? What about what they did to Harley? Harley, like, the best character that DC's ever made? Like, they trashed her, man, and made her look all slutty, and she's stupid. And it's like, man, just fucking calm down. It's gonna be alright. Harley Quinn is gonna be in the movie, and she'll probably be fairly likable, even if you don't like her shorts. It's gonna be okay. And believe it or not, she might actually not have looked great wearing a red and black leotard around a movie set. Or around, you know, whatever sets they were shooting at. Furtopia, Jennifer Lawrence movie. Nope, never heard of it. Yeah. Does it have anything to do with furries, or is it that one with the what's the one where the sloth is like a police vehicle registration thing, and there's like a little chipmunk cop who's trying to solve the crime or something. Thomas Hank Williams, who cares? My wife, she dead, who cares? Furtopia is a new Disney movie. Zootopia, that's what you were looking for. Zootopia. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Find me a karaoke machine. I'm game any day for performing. Yeah, I feel the same way. Go see it in November. Discord full of memes. I don't know what Discord is. Full of sloths. Weird. So, guys, it's currently 9:38. We've been going for about an hour. I would like to go to bed. I may have a little snack. And I would like to get some sleep tonight, as I'm going to need to be up very late again tomorrow night, judging a cosplay contest at New Year's Aftermath in Corona for Club Cosplay. So, what I want you guys to do is hold your horses, and maybe I will check the P.O. box tomorrow and see if I can do a broadcast before I leave, because that'll be the best time to do it. Wow, look at all those good nights. It's similar to TeamSpeak, better than Skype. I don't know what that means. Okay. Akuma says mayonnaise covered koala bears. I don't know what that means. Is that in the trailer? Alright, everybody. Have a good night. And, please stay off the roads if you're still recovering from New Year's Eve. and I will see you very soon. Miss you, love you, bye bye.